Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 11 starts now.
A neighborhood shut down for 30 hours. Tonight, police are revealing new information about the deadly standoff in St. Clair Shores that ended with a gunman and a woman dead.
That's coming up. We're going to begin, though, with the dangerous heat that is arriving in Metro Detroit.
A brutal stretch, and there is no relief coming in the next 48 hours. Let's get right to Ben with the heat alerts in effect.
Yeah, Karen, this is the highest alert that the National Weather Service puts out for heat. It's an excessive heat warning. It's in effect for 2 days straight, more if you count today, and that's all the way through Saturday at 8 o'clock. And for just about everybody, Sanilac County under a heat advisory where numbers will be just a little bit cooler. Look at how it's going to feel tomorrow, waking up right around 80 degrees, but we're going to hit triple digits on the heat index before we even have lunch tomorrow, 101 at 11 o'clock. That number continues to rise. It'll be between 105 and 110 for much of the afternoon, and we won't fall out of the triple digits until after sunset tomorrow evening, and then things calm down a bit, but of course we're going to do this all over again as we get into Saturday. Add to that a risk of severe weather, especially in our north and metro zones tomorrow, and an air quality alert. Ground level ozone is going to be high, so if you've got breathing problems, it's going to be a tough one again tomorrow. We'll talk more about how long this heat is going to last and when the relief finally shows up in just a few minutes. Guys?
All right, thank you, Ben. Already the State Emergency Operations Center is sending out alerts so people are prepared for the dangerous conditions tomorrow.
And there is a lot going on this weekend. That includes the Ann Arbor Art Fairs, which is where Mara McDonald is tonight. Mara.
Hi, Devin. And you know, they're taking precautions out here because of the forecast that Ben just said, those heat indexes. Those are some pretty brutal numbers, and you can actually feel the humidity starting to pick up now. It's not that it's hot, but that wetness in the air is here. But they're taking precautions, and they're asking people, if you're going to come out here and you're not maybe in the best of shape, try and keep it to the morning or the evening hours. The little ones were loving getting misted on, and you'll see those misters spread throughout the Ann Arbor Art Fair this year as the heat index rises.
There's different levels of heat illness, anywhere from what's called heat cramps all the way up to what's called a heat stroke.
Huron Valley Ambulance will have paramedics on bikes riding through the fair all weekend. Some things to remember: the very young and the very old are the most susceptible to heat-related problems.
So the first things you'll notice is excessive sweating. You'll get dizzy, headaches. Like you said, the skin color can change. You can become red, pale.
And remember, if you're going to be outside at, say, Faster Horses in Brooklyn all day, hydrate and eat before you go and ease up on the alcohol consumption. Knowing that it's going to be hot and humid in the coming days, the art fair was pretty busy tonight.
Well, I decided to come out tonight because it's the first day of the art fair, plus it's the less of the oppressively hot days this week.
And if it all gets to be too much,
hello, small line coming right up. Enjoy.
You can never go wrong with a frozen treat. Back here live, something else to consider. If you suffer from asthma, or if you have something like congestive heart failure and breathing is an issue, perhaps maybe Friday and Saturday just aren't great days for you to be out here. And most of all, if you're pale like I am, get the sunscreen on. We are live in Ann Arbor tonight. I'm Mara McDonald, Local 4.
So right, Mara, in those big crowds, that heat really can intensify. And for a list of cooling centers, by the way, that are open across Metro Detroit, we hope you'll head to the homepage of clickondetroit.com. You'll find it right there.
A neighborhood shut down for 30 hours during the 4th of July holiday. Now, tonight, we're learning what police were going through during a standoff that turned deadly in St. Clair Shores. Jermont Terry live in that neighborhood. And Jermont, police are trying to answer the many questions that still linger from this tragedy.
You're right, Karen, because St. Clair Shores police, they understand that many people, they still have a lot of questions about why the standoff took so long around the 4th. And tonight, the timeline that police are providing shed a little bit of light about what negotiators were going through, not to mention what was going on inside this house. The first call to 911 came in just after 10 the night of July 4th. When officers arrived at St. Margaret Street in St. Clair Shores, they quickly set up a safety zone. They worked to get 2 people injured outside to the hospital. Officers were also met with gunfire, shots we now know came from Tom Eilenfeld. By 11:02, police located the cell phones and tried calling the 2 people inside the house, Carol Bauer and Eilenfeld. They would keep calling. Not until 40 minutes later, at 11:57, nearly 2 hours after arriving on scene, did Eilenfeld finally answer, stated he wasn't coming out of the house. He hung up and a few minutes later answered saying, "You have to come in to get me." Police wanted to know if Carol Bauer was alive and safe. Over the phone, he told officers she was fine and sleeping. They requested to speak to her and were denied. 12:27 a.m. on July 5th was the last time he would pick up the phone and talk to negotiators. But more shots were fired from inside the house at officers. From 1:30 until 4 a.m., police used tear gas at several areas of the house. By 6:30 a.m., they got a robot inside. It provides their first view of what's going on. It's not until 6:32, 8 hours after the standoff started, that police determined Bauer was dead inside, but they could not find Eilenfeld. But the robot did show why the tear gas did not work, because Eilenfeld had a gas mask. They knew he was in the basement. So by 5:20, 15 hours from the start, they tried flooding the basement. It did not work. They tried getting another robot in, but had no luck. It's not until July 6th at 2 in the morning, more than a day and a half later, officers finally stormed the house to find Eilenfeld dead in the basement from a self-inflicted shot to the head. But around him, they found gas masks and 6 weapons with nearly 2,000 rounds of ammunition. Now, St. Clair Shores police say all of those weapons that Eilenfeld had inside this home were purchased legally. Reporting live, Jamont Terry, Local 4.
And Jamont, we understand that he also had a run-in with police before.
He did, Karen. It was back in 2006. He was a suspect for a criminal sexual assault against a minor, I should say. He was convicted, but there was a hung jury. And then in the process of all of this, several years elapsed and the charges were dropped. So when it's all said and done, what happened here this month, he was not a felon, so that's how he was able to purchase those guns that essentially led up to all of this.
All right. Thank you very much, Jamont. What a timeline there. Facial recognition technology is front and center once again at the Detroit Board of Commissioners meeting earlier today.
Now, it's the first meeting since Commissioner Willie Burton was arrested last week. In that conversation, some in the city believe this technology amounts to an invasion of privacy. Mayor Duggan chimed in, supporting the idea of facial recognition scanning. The police chief, James Craig, also weighed in.
Very confident that the way we use the technology is appropriate. Now, what we don't do is we don't use it for surveillance. And that was what the mayor elaborated on in his memo out to the community.
Police chiefs also invited Detroit police commissioners to view the real-time use of the technology so that he feels they would then get a better understanding of how the system works. A man in Brighton is facing serious charges after allegedly abusing his girlfriend's 1-year-old son. According to police, 21-year-old Luke Cementelli pushed the little boy to the floor a number of times, causing him to hit his head. At the hospital, the boy suffered a number of seizures and had to be placed on a ventilator. Well, this man's now charged with 3 counts of child abuse.
An elderly woman is arrested after shooting her 70-year-old neighbor following a dispute over her lawn. The incident occurred at Indiana and Santa Clara near McNichols on the city's west side. After a verbal back and forth, the woman went inside her house and came back with a gun.
I'm like begging her to stop. And at one point, she actually pointed the gun at his head. It's a miracle that he only got shot in the foot, and another miracle that I didn't get shot. At this age, I haven't ran that fast in quite a long time.
Police are still investigating the shooting. Tomorrow morning, 2 men charged in connection with the murder of a gay man will face a judge for the first time since their arrest. Prosecutors say A. Darnell Wilson and Anthony Brock met up with the victim last month after connecting on Facebook. They say the men locked him in the trunk of his car and then shot him multiple times before setting that car on fire. Both men are charged with first-degree murder.
President Trump will not be addressing the crowd next week at the NAACP National Convention here in Detroit. Today, the president said he wanted to speak at the event, but will not be attending because of changes in the date and the format of his agreed-upon appearance. The president says he agreed to deliver a speech, but the NAACP wanted to do a question-and-answer session instead. Several presidential candidates will be attending that convention. That's going to be at Cobo Center from Saturday through Wednesday.
School district coming under fire tonight for a letter sent to 1,000 parents.
The threat the district is making to parents over school lunch debt coming up.
A teenager stopped at a gas station to grab snacks. When she tried to pay, the clerk questioned her citizenship. New tonight, the viral video that led to his firing.
And speaking of politics in Detroit, we now know which Democratic presidential candidates will be sharing the same stages later this month at the Fox Theater. The lineup for each debate coming up next.
Tomorrow at 6 a.m., meet the local nonprofit that's rebuilding self-esteem one child at a time.
And are you ready for record-breaking heat? Join us tomorrow morning. Weather and traffic on the 4 starting at 4:30.
Plus, sign up for the Morning Report.